Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Brits. We have legit Kermit Peterson as his teammate. As the yellow UKF, we have Billyamgg. Billyamgg. I have no idea. Oh, Billyamgg. And his teammate as the green Soviet player, we have Tormvald, which is probably pronounced incorrectly. On the south side, as the purple austere player, we have Trudwa. His teammate as the orange OKW player, we have the first sergeant. And we have as the red Wehrmacht player, or austere player, we have Nick Made. Nick Made what? We got some intersections capturing up the fuel point right here. And my cursor is going off the screen. Oh, great. Give me one moment as I alt tab back in, and to go. Cursor's back on the screen only. Lock mouse is very important for games where you don't have WASD for camera controls. Sure, I can use the arrow keys, but that's like trying to move my hand around, positioning around my microphone. It's not that fun, and not that good. Pioneer scoring on capturing some points. We do have two players moving this side. It's going to be a 1v2 and a 1v2 here based on the map positions. If I want to bring up the attack map, because see, these two guys are definitely going to push this direction. This guy's going to try to push towards fuel. So they're going to be outnumbered here and outnumbered here. So I have a feeling red won't be able to secure the fuel point. Ooh, but yellow's receiving some free shots there, or receiving some free hits. He does avoid the Vickers. And over here, I have a good feeling green won't be able to capture up this point. Where's the MG42 firing? Okay, am I wearing my headphones backwards? That sounded like I came from the wrong headphone. Maybe I was wearing my headphones backwards. There we go. Yep, I was wearing my headphones backwards. This is a new set of headphones, and I was trying to figure out. I hear it to the right, not the left.
Our headquarters has been improved.
And that actually does change the sound quality quite a bit. Yeah, that really does change. I guess I was wearing my headphones entirely wrong backwards yesterday. We got these pioneers pushing their way forward, getting some good damage in. Trying to mess with the audio. It seems like it's still coming through my left side. Because I only hear that MG on my left side, and if I were to put it right here... Oh no, I hear it on my right side. I'm just trying to get used to my headset, I guess. Oh, dropped a MG right there. And Magenta's skipped tier 1, so he has... two MG42s deployed out. I would recommend a second Pioneer to go along with that. Though his teammate is there to support, so potentially he could take time to build a cache for his teammates. So he does have a bit of manpower stored up. He probably should go out for an early 2-2 as well. We got the scout car advancing. We'll find the MG, nothing loaded in the back. And great some damage there. I wonder how effective the defense crews are versus a scout car. He needs to just retreat back. He can't reposition against that. And scouts do push on, conscript do push on forward. Kubwagen here could potentially get tango with the scout car. Very little health. We've got a red sniper here. Receiving lots of fire there by the Vickers. Ooh, a lot of forces are quite wounded. This Grenadier here is severely wounded along with the sniper, so we'll need to go out for a relatively early med bunker, I would say. He also has both his LMGs upgraded, so he doesn't have enough munitions just yet for a... oh, sniper could go down. One bullet away from death. Does manage to escape on out of there, but barely. Does manage to get one of the models dropped on that intersection, and the intersection is actually what's hitting this squad to drop it on 3 members, not to avoid having it picked up there. But this one could be picked up, and with that burst there, that's going to not get... I'm sort of surprised I haven't dropped a model yet, actually. I thought he's going to drop a model almost immediately to preventing the pickup by the MG, but not that. Ooh, scout car does get some good damage there onto the Kubelwagen. The actual real scout car goes down. And we do have the MG42 still set up right here. We got a half track being deployed on out. This MG42 and Pioneers reinforcing the armored car. The scout car would be very effective for dealing with that 2-2. And the half track is going to be a flame half track. He does have enough munitions for it, but not going for it immediately. So perhaps he just wants to throw it for reinforcements, which is not half bad for the MGs. And seeing he still has not got the flamer half track upgrade, as likely is going to be for reinforcement. He will get an AT grenade off there, very nice. And this scout car has received a bit of fire there. We do have a forward assembly right here. No medics just yet. Two? No, that's a captured... No, that is 2 Vickers. The MG42 is still uncrewed. That one member should get out and get reinforcing. I'm not sure what he's doing with that. And he's deploying out a mortar pit here. So he's starting to entrench in this location. Yellow's trying to advance in this central location. And does have a flame, a wasp, which could do some work. We've got a battle group and mechanized HQ. He may be eyeing for 2-2 or Sukasafus. A little bit too far forward if he's planning to go for mechanized assets, I would say. Keep it a little bit farther back since you don't need it on the front line. MG34 trying to hop inside this garrison. He only has 1 Volksgrenadier, and I think he was only built one based on the number of assets he's deployed. MG34 will need to back out of there immediately. He's in prone to being wiped at this exact moment. And he will get wiped. On the south side, Magenta's being nice and passive. It's a good idea to help secure that fuel point and VP. And use the 2-2 for aggression. He's hunting down that Bren carrier. The Bren carrier still has plenty of health. Getting some good rear armor hits there. Not like he needs rear armor hits to do extra damage, though the MG34 gun right there could use the extra penetration. And yes, that's actually an MG34. If you look closely, that is a circular barrel. It's not actually an MG42, it's actually MG34. Oh, some sort of AT gun landed right there and missed. Looks like we got a 6-pounder along the backside. He does drive out of its arc. And a incendiary grenade there from the Volksgrenadier gets some good work in. Down south, we've got the MG42 being reinforced using the armor-piercing rounds. Still needs to use the reload. And dead. We've got a Commissar here. This blows off free propaganda. He could potentially hop these guys inside the half track to prevent them getting a forced retreat. The Pioneers do get pinned there. It does get the MG42. Didn't really get a forced retreat there. But we do have the Penal Squad being charged on forward. He's going for a satchel grenade, which is going to be very... that's at the edge of the arc. A lot less damage than actually expected. Up north, we've got the 2-2-2, another 2-2-2 push on forward. There is an AT gun here in a good position here. You can force fire the ground. Does get the AT gun decrewed. He needs to get this fine engineer squad to recruit that. Throws out a rifle grenade. which will do some good damage there. Mortar emplacement is severely wounded, but nothing. It's a bit iffy whether or not it can be wiped out or not. The 2-2 is quite wounded. AT guns be crude. But it's hard to say whether or not that's going to go down. We do have this Vikenda going to receive some base artillery. Of course, one gun's only active right now, getting a direct hit. And another direct hit there. When it's in vision, it's basically a very, very long incendiary grenade with really powerful ticks. That's basically artillery barrage.
Prepare yourself.
We do have the sniper still alive, spotting for, I think, his own mortar, but he's getting counter barrage. Only one gun tube is online, and best not to upgrade it for the time being. Oh, he lost his Royal Engineer squad entirely. Panzer II does receive multiple pens. And now got an AEC, just gonna roll on up and say, "Pow, you're dead."
These howitzers ready to plaster a target.
Not big surprise. Over on the right side, we do got the half-track and 2-2 advancing. We do got some PPSHs deployed on out. Of course, he has gone for the Soviet Reserve Army. I forgot that the Soviet Reserve Army no longer have partisans, just has a Commissar now. Cisbra, this does get a good hit there. And got the forced retreat there on the MG42. I'll be fighting fear propaganda for all of its effects if it didn't do forced retreat. We do got some base artillery down here. That's 2 guys inside that garrison, though it is a stone building, so it can withstand a bit of a beating. Still not exactly a good idea. You shouldn't really put the Kenilworthers inside the buildings. It's really not useful for that.
Ready for action.
The garrison does not go down just yet, and does have some healing there. MG42 is still set up on this fuel point here, so he is securing the fuel. Does drop out a Maxim here, because of course he has the team's weapons drop, and there's this gun. Ooh, good hit there. Gets some good hits there onto the Royal Engineers, trying to repair up that thing. And looks like the Engineers does go down. The Pioneers are severely wounded. That MG42 has still not been secure. Could potentially force fire the ground on top of that mortar emplacement. Looks like the Wehrmacht mortar is still alive and it's barraging the mortar emplacement. And again, putting 2 guys in these garrisons, you don't need to put the Vikenda in the garrison. In fact, the Vikenda is taking the one slot in the church that can allow them to fire back. And the Vikenda does get fully wiped there.
A gun crew has been lost.
I have a good feeling this is a bit of a lower rank game based on my casting. I usually say I try to avoid casting 3v3s, at least for Company Heroes 2, because it's sometimes pretty hard to cover everything, but seeing how everybody's lower rank, at least I get even coverage across the map. Is that a good or bad thing? Maybe good for the viewers. A lot of action for him to cover. Good rifle grenade there. And the mortars are split, and that was a great one there on the Grenadier. Needs to use mortar. Use the barrage. Honestly, even using the force fire ground can be very useful in dealing with the mortar emplacement or Bofors. If you don't want to feel like microing the barrages every single time, you can simply force fire the ground. That building is very much wounded. And that 6-pounders sent multiple bounce misses against that Puma. There we go, now it gets a hit there. Puma is now severely wounded, needs to use the smoke ability, and goes down. Patrick does roll a miss there. Very defensive here. He hasn't pushed towards his fuel point. He could easily deny the opponent's team their fuel point. Now we do have a Panzer IV now deployed out on the field. Looks like some artillery raining on there. Laying down some wire. Not necessarily half bad. Got some PTRS penals as well.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers. Grenadier squad at full strength. We have 300 points remaining.
Grenade warfare raining on in somewhere. Looks like there's also drop run there. Cromwell on the build queue. And the Panzer IV hasn't really pushed it forward. Does he even... It has got a no level of efficiency just yet. Not even any points of damage. So I don't think he even knows about the Panzer IV just yet. Got a half track and the 2-2 now advancing. No flame half track, been utilizing a very nice repair reinforcement half track. Okay, that's just early warning. I heard airstrike, and that must be early warning. MG42 getting hit severely. Trying to use incendiary rounds, so if the suppression from the Vickers, he won't be getting off any rounds anytime or any bursts off anytime soon. Warfare does get a good hit there, and just calls it getting gunned down there. No, there's the first burst, and that's going to be about one other burst, and that's about it. Over here we got a second or first Cromwell. That may be next. Oh, there's a. That's what there's a other Cromwell I've mentioned. Pack 40 does get a good hit there. Does get a nice Panzerfaust there. Panzer IV severely wounded. Both tanks are going to go down. Does use Panzer Tactician there, and the Cromwell goes down while the Panzer IV gets out last moment. But something we can call on here. I'm not exactly sure what. Oh, airburst. Two is now severely wounded. Ooh, and there goes that Grenadier. Ripped apart by these Bren's and Vickers. Try to go for another mortar placement. Looks like he got interrupted.
The enemy are attacking one of our forward positions.
No mechs just yet, and we've got Panzer Grenadiers rushing on forward. Won't find any good angle there against the Vickers. No med bunker? I know this is definitely a lower ranking game, but still, does he not know about med bunkers? He does not have enough munitions for one anyways. And we've got that building will go down, trying to evacuate the building. And this actually, captured Vickers? Interesting. There's a slit trench here, very nice. Now we've got a Brumbar. I do love the Brumbar. It's my favorite non-doctrinal vehicle. Probably my favorite vehicle in the game. It's durable, somewhat durable. Fires big booms. Effective versus infantry. Because I can handle vehicles, I can't really handle blobs all too well, and that's the best anti-blobbing tool in the game. That's non-doctrinal.
Enemy action has destroyed our forward position.
Is this gun advancing? Or not this gun? Oh, this is this gun on a T-70 chassis. Trying to get the kill. And the Oswald actually absorbed that shot. That may have been a miss. That the Oswald shot blocked that shot. And there goes Zis, the S-276. Parapantrix pushing, getting my way back, and we got the prioritized fire on the Cromwell.
Sappers back to full strength.
Supply half track is ready for
Sheer
orders.
Panzer quarters likely will be built relatively soon.
Taking fire!
And he's trying to build a bunker, but the bunker gets destroyed.
One of our forward
And the
structures has
Vickers
been
will get
destroyed.
wiped. And this guy is in the wrong angle. Volksgrenadier needs to fall back. Volksgrenadier did not fall back. Like I said, this is definitely a lower rank game. Very, very low rank game. But we got the Valentine not deployed on out, getting some good hits there. And great hit there on the Valentine, taking it out.
Sorry, chaps.
We got an AT grenade on top of the 2-2, and there goes the 2-2. Infrastructure's making their way forward. Is the orange player AFK? Half-track does get hit, had 2 MGs loaded in the back. We may see a Molotov. Yes, we will see a Molotov. It does try to ooh our way, but will receive some suppressive fire. He could try to keep these guys reinforced, but they're going to be burned alive by the Molotov. One of the MGs do go down. Does throw some artillery flare on top of it. Very nice. Both the MGs do go down. Half-track does go down here. Oswin is advancing. And orange is not AFK, just
Ready for orders.
low ranked. Cromwell making his withdrawal. We do have these guys being reinforced. He's also not AFK, I'm assuming.
Ostwind standing by.
So there's a Panzer IV in Ostwind. Stukas Fuß also deployed on out. Took out that half track. He won't get a sheer Panzer quarters anytime soon. We'll need to blow out another half track. He does actually have another half track. On the right side, we got the Stug. He has a Birnbar and a Stug and a Pioneer. He needs another Pioneer, and that's a 3,000 manpower. What do I do for 3,000 manpower in most games? Even doing caches wouldn't be half bad for his teammate. Ostwin will get overran by the Cromwell. There are some Pantrix there. Those roll a miss there with the Cromwell. And does get Faust off there. Panzer IV now responding. Pantrix do throw some shots there onto the Royal Engineers. As the friendly Stug is advancing now. Does receive a pen there. But sent a pen, but received another pen from the 6-pounder. AEC gets a good hit there, and there goes the Stug. Good hits there. AEC severely wounded, and ooh, these guys are one of the Pioneers do get wiped, trying to get the kill down the AEC, but really far away. Panzer IV has been left alone, but there is some line of sight block there and a bit of smoke. We do got a Stukas of Fuß raining on in. Great hit there. Soviet player being far too passive. Sure, I'm one more passive players, but that's far too passive. I try to only keep support weapons as passive. And yeah, you can leave the Maxim there. He can take these conscripts off that line. You can leave the Maxim, he can leave the SC-76, but all the other guys should push on forward. In fact, there's also an AT gun here he could capture and use. Does he not see it behind that foliage? Yep, definitely lower rank game. Got the perimeter overwatch being utilized. Which, that's not from perimeter overwatch there. That's some artillery raining on in. Getting some good damage there. And there goes the Panzer IV to the Zis gun. MG42 set on up, getting some good suppression there on the conscripts, as we do have the Birnbar now advancing. Birnbar is now receiving some Zis gun shots. There could be an AT grenade. I swear, I feel like I'm watching two bots fight each other. But that's definitely not what a bot would do. Oh, we got the sheer Panzer Quarter set on up. No up gun. And it's getting sieged down, so he won't be able to get out King Tiger until that's upgunned. Burnbar is falling back. Still has 3,000 manpower. And we do got a Panzer IV and Sukasafus. Sukasafus is almost off cooldown. There's a short-barreled Panzer IV, so the penetration is abysmal. But does get a couple pens in the rear armor, of course. It's also damage is like 80. It's really, the gun's just not useful. Not really against infantry, not really against light vehicles. Cromwell going for a flank, doesn't really need to do that against a short-barreled Panzer IV. And does not use a stop move order to stop the movement there. That's something that other people, even more experienced players, need to remember, that if you issue a stop order move order command, it will prevent them from phasing through like that unless they're already sort of butting up into it, and then it'd be a whole bunch of twisting around sort of thing, rather than a phase through like that. Zeroing artillery being called on in here. Short barrel Panzer IV is being repaired. We got Sukasafus now raining on in. And that's actually an incendiary barrage. Which will, of course, while more spotting for the Overwatch with damage over time. Now got some counter artillery raining on in from a Sexton. Got engineers and an AT gun here. Vickers and Piet equipped infantry sections. And 2 sections here, so both of the I just realized both of the British players have gone for Royal Artillery, which too many Sextons, but their teammates and their opponents are not actually really advancing with armor, so I suppose it can work out. More artillery raining on in. Ostwind, especially before, gets good damage there. And this garrison is almost destroyed, so even the Ostwind potentially can destroy that garrison. We've got Cromwell and Firefly here, and crushes all the pinned infantry. Goes out some more pants technician, because apparently they can see through that smoke. And he needs to get on out of there. He does find an angle there, or force fire in the ground. Yes, that was a force fire on the ground. And Cromwell's going to be advancing on forward, and it says hi. Does get abandoned there. And the Ostwind will go down. And we do have these forces pushing forward. Bunch of Panzerschrecks. And the fact he doesn't really have any Brens, he's able to walk on through. Needs to get out bundle grenade on this MG. Best to keep the MG in the air, keep these guys continue to suppress. This guy can advance forward to hit these. Does throw another one grenade, so that'll get the decrew. Only Piets are inside this garrison, so the Pantrix can advance towards those Sextons. That's something to say every day. That squad does get wiped there. Pantrix trying to engage, and gets a squad wipe there. And drops a Pantrix as well. Yeah, I think that was like the 2-man squad actually got wiped. AT does get decrewed by the Panzer IV short-barreled tank. And you guys, stun grenade has been thrown, but they don't have the proper range, and so that 1-man squad will get wiped. Dropped another Panzerschreck. Now that's a reasonable anti-tank squad, and that Sturm Pioneer will barely escape on out there. Ooh, nice hit there on the Sukasafus. And we've got the Buchanan for getting incendiaried. Churchill on the build queue. I do like the Churchill tank. Nice, durable, great bullet sponge, and does reasonably and does very well versus other medium tanks. Against Panthers, it will have some trouble, but at least it has the health to brawl with it. So I'm going for an AT grenade. This S76 could potentially get killed by the Brumbar, but of course he does back off. Does have continuous spawning there by the conscripts. And he will escape on out of there. One last shot. Gets a direct hit there on that conscript squad. As this gun, or SU-76, does get a good hit there onto the burn bar. And T-70 could potentially get the kill there as well, but we've got multiple Pantrek square. And there goes that T-70.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Mass Pantreks, not really that effective in my opinion, but in this case, it's somewhat effective, but the fighting gets so much... Pantreks took out the SU-76. I was going to say before, I'm not a huge fan of Pantrek blobs, and especially when they're fighting against Sextons, it's really not going to be that effective. Panther is getting some good hits there. The Firefly is here to engage, does have the Tulip rocket upgrade. Short barrel transport pushing forward, which does give damage resistance to the Panther. Long absorb some extra shots. That Panzer IV needs to fall back. And the base artillery is raining on in, and there goes the short barrel Panzer IV.
The enemy has destroyed a Panzer.
Tulip's good try of that, does miss. This game looks like it's the points are heavily in favor towards the Allies. And we do got some stormtroopers. He's gone for encirclement, but he does get spotted there. There's also cash here, so he needs to get a Pantrek upgrade, hide in the corner, wait. Let's see, what's over here? It's just those 2 points, right? So that one doesn't have a cache. So if he can deal with this cache, he's able to break this point, but even then there's actually squads on top of it for some odd reason. This game makes no sense to me right now. I suppose that's low-ranked games in general. Getting close the pocket, and the game code is called Crush the Pocket, could be quite useful against their current opponents. They are quite heavily trenched in the frontline sectors. Good and does get some good kills there with the not MP40s, the PPSHs. Don't know why I drew a blank there. And we got Bazooka's coming on in. He really wants that cache dead. Let's see. He does have a good amount of munitions. He does have all the command points ready. He can use he best use vehicle breakthrough right now, because the vehicle breakthrough will have faster decapturing rate. And over here we do have no. He tried to go for this over here as well, but he needs vehicle breakthroughs, not in the capture point over there. That half track looks like one of the squads did go down on the other side. And still has not decaptured this point. And no vehicle breakthrough. Wow. And with a few times where he could have easily done it, he horribly played it so he couldn't get across the rocket. He will get it decrewed there. Will we see? Yeah, we'll see break the supply line over here. So, and nothing's immediately over here. All depends on this sector here. Does it get fully pinned? And the British players not bothering to capture it up, not realizing what's coming. And here comes Close the Pocket. That should not have worked. As his base, this 4 sectors all get annihilated. They're probably, Yellow's probably, what's going on? And probably yelling at his teammates right now. Okay, Blue does back out of that sector. Just Yellow's forces remaining. Yellow does not know what Close the Pocket is. This took another 15 seconds. Ooh. Starting to realize, holy crap, everything's being annihilated. Him losing his force is up to him, but having his teammates getting those Crush the Pocket off, Close the Pocket off, that's all of their teammates. Oof. As much as I like seeing Close the Pocket, that really should not have happened. We do see Treadbuster here, does get the engine damage there. Looks like he's going to just ignore AC, go straight for the Sextons. Sexton's going for a close range barrage. Gets direct hit there. And gains some good damage onto that, they should actually keep that one firing at that current rate, because he actually got the kill. And the AC throws out smoke. What just happened? This game. Gotta love low-rate games, where strategies like that shouldn't work, does work, and strategies that should work, doesn't work. Such as retreating, because they don't retreat.
They're trying to take it.
You got two Churchills on the field. Yellow basically lost almost everything. Has a Comet getting another Royal Engineer because it needs repairs.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
Magenta sacrificed all his Panzer Grenadiers with that, but luckily he still has 2,000 manpower.
Ready to cut off the enemy.
Why do you have so much manpower? If you have PopCap, that makes sense, but he's not a PopCap. And he's getting a lot of heavy vehicles. 2 or 3 Pioneers are basically almost acquired. Has claimed the Zis gun here. That was left there from the airdrop.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Another section being deployed out by Yellow. And, oh, Stormtroopers do get inside. Fresh Stormtrooper has been spawned out and will get burned alive.
We are suffering losses.
And we do have the Molotov on top of the AT gun and does, of course, get decrewed. Burn bar here. A lot of good targets here, but he's out of range.
Losing a sector.
And these forces are falling on back. Suk's perhaps trying to hit these support weapons. He does retreat back immediately, but I think the Vickers will get hit. And the Vickers does get annihilated. Here's a bit of a trick as well. Follow the retreat path. Don't go this way, but go this way. You can potentially hit squads multiple times. And there goes that burn bar. They're a bit low on fuel, so okay, they do have some fuel caches there. That is a Warferman, Panzerwerfer.
The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
So that's not related to Crush the Pocket. That may have been fired during Crush the Pocket, but not during that time. MG42 will get the pushback. And we've got one of Magenta's Panthers here. Magenta has deployed out 2 Panthers. The support weapon is body blocking. This MG sort of body blocking the Panther. And does find these S-mines. Something being called on there. Looks like, yep, it's the concentration barrage. And we've got 0 artillery right here, which is a horrible idea. Comet tank pushing forward, does use the emergency war engines, and has the armor exposed, and there goes Magenta's Panther, or Purple's Panther. And here comes a Katusha. Why is there a Katusha? Why is there a Katusha barrage right there? There's 2 Katusha barrages right there. What is going on? Now, that this first Panther is going to dive on this Katusha. 1 kill there. Su-85 is trying to respond, but at this rate, skip the Katusha and circle the Su-85. So he does have to worry about AT. It's probably best to go for Katusha. There's conscripts there. And does get decrewed. Does he know about force firing? Or at least attack ground? No, he does not. S-35 pursuing the Panther. But the Panther could use Blitz to get on out of there. This gun's not a good angle. You could just generally aim move in this general area to help engage the Panther. Potentially could see an AT grenade or 2. Does get a model crush there. An AT grenade, 2 AT grenades have been thrown. This gun fired, set up in the wrong location. It's hard to say what now the cover because somehow this survived. He did not pursue it. We got forces here in these repairs. He does have 2 engineers.
Heavy tank report.
AEC ready to move.
We got a Cromwell and a Sexton here. Are you seriously going for that? There's also another pantry he could pick up. I'll say pick it up. Yeah, he does pick it up. And he can get crushed, close the pocket again, because there's no cash there. He's not camouflaged at the moment. But he's not spotted at the moment. Okay, he's going to... Please somebody use hold fire. He's not using hold fire. Big mistake if you're trying to do prepare for a big close the pocket. He did not need the MP40 upgrade before advancing. He will be starting to decapture this point now. Here, Workman Barrage right here. Getting some good hits there. We got close the break the supply line as well. Other stormtroopers are here. There's just no Pantrax on them. That does impact, and here comes close the pocket. Will these forces realize they have been closed the pocket? One direct hit there. Lots of hits onto the Cromwell. AEC does go down, and now Blue's forces are getting annihilated. The double Pantrax stormtrooper is making his way forward. The Cromwell could go down. He's still in the base sector, so he can receive some artillery. In fact, even though it's a band there, it can still be killed by the lingering artillery effects. Nope, looks like not. Yellow does get his comment out and then goes down to a pack 43 here. Vehicle still abandoned, so that can be reclaimed. Sexton does go down. Now Orange is pulling out a Panther. And we do have this point being or being recaptured. It's hard for me to understand how weird this game is. Low rank games.
Where do you want us?
It's hard for me to understand what is going on. Blue does need some more Royal Engineers. Yep, finally gets both 2 of them queued up, which he does need 2. With a Cromwell and a Valentine being deployed. Magenta's Panther, or Purple's Panther, it's not Magenta in this game. Purple's biggest advance. Will you know about attacking the carcass? He could? He does spot the one Vickers. Vickers is still on the point. He's going to try. It has a damaged engine, or destroyed engine. It has to crawl away. But its gun could potentially... No, the gun's actually destroyed, isn't it? Main gun destroyed. Valentine does get the kill there, and the Churchill claims the kill there. Just... This game. Going for a Pounds Falls. Really pointless. Does use breakthrough right there. Counterattack tactics to recapture some points.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Nope, I hear Sexton artillery. And this intersection will be wiped out, no problem.
We have 200 points now.
As I got another concentration barrage, Obsats is going to be very effective, especially in these lower ranking games where not everybody knows how to deal with everything. or as simple as the things. Pack 43 here and mortar here. The MG42 from this early beginning of the game still has not been recaptured, and you could actually use it right there. Panzer IV advancing. And get some good hits there. We do got some PTRSs here. He's not charging forward from the AT satchel. Rifle grenade was fired. And does get a good hit there on the penal squad. Photo grenade does get thrown, and minor damage there. Satchel charge has been thrown. And does get dodged. X-35 is still firing away. The Panzer IV will go down next shot. Does draw some pan tactician there. Doesn't force fire the ground, or... Why is he not retreating back even farther? I don't know. And here comes Katusha Barrage, getting some great hits there. This D-Crew Katusha still there. Okay. We do got Panthers advancing, trying to hit these forces. The Churchill's still quite wounded, but he does charging forward. Does get Veteran C3 there. And next shot should go down. But Magenda's Panther may go down. There goes the Churchill. Sugus Foos running on top of this infantry. Get double squad wipe.
We have lost a Panzer.
Why? Why is there a mortar pit here? Low rank games in general. Assassins won't be able to engage the Sexton. Throws out a bundle grenade. Honestly, I don't know if that would do enough. That would do any damage. Oh, I know it's open top, but the armor, the thing will probably prevent it from. It'll probably get damaged slightly by bundle grenades, but still, it has over. Let's see, 320 is the max health. That's about 1/3. So it's. I suppose 2 bundle grenades, if they do pen, they could potentially kill it. Don't know if they could pen. And now we got more stormtroopers going on in. He does have enough munitions for another close the pocket. And enough manpower to... A lot of manpower on all sides.
We've 100 points left.
Manpower everywhere. Except for Green. Green's actually spending it. Good job, Green. Fantrick actually gets direct hit there on that squad, on that model. Not going for the cash just yet.
An emplacement has been destroyed.
Here comes another Panzerwerfer barrage. Not Panzerwerfer. Yeah, Panzerwerfer, not no, Werferman. Blah. Now I'm starting to double guess myself. Artillery starting to rain on in. Run to somewhere. He has decaptured that point, but there's not enough sectors, frontline sectors, to actually close the pocket on. Could be useful against Green, but looks like he has camped the infantry on top of it. That won't stop the decapture.
Ready for use.
Good hits there. We got zeroing artillery now raining on in. Good hit there onto the Panther. Panzer IV is now crewed. Seems to have abandoned this game. Those are all Molotov grenade there onto these forces. We do have the breakthrough counterattack tactics. You honestly don't see that ability all too much. So good props to Red actually using that ability. And the VPs are heavily almost even. Good frag grenade there. Now they are even, 40-40. Both the triple capture in favor of the Axis players and the Allies don't have a whole lot left. That's going to be the end of the game. Probably what saved the Axis players in this game was probably close the pocket. And that's probably it. The abandoned Panzer IV does go down.
There's 25 points remaining.
And yep, that is going to be game. And Grenadiers are still pinned. You got the Stormtroopers fancy, but there's no point of trying to close the pocket.
Only have 10
Though you
points
could use
remaining.
close the pocket just simply for the light artillery barge, like those light mortars to come down. That's about it. And that is game. Well, this is Great saying thank you for watching.